Welcome back. Once again, it is time for the comics coffee table. Pull up a chair, grab a cuppa, whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today. Happy Friday. As Wild likes to say, Happy Fries Day. I love you guys and gals. And anywhere in the spectrum of humanity in between that you identify with. We're cool with that here. How are you? I'm doing well. Thank you so much. This is our daily comic book talk. We try to recreate the comic book shop-style conversations that we love to be part of. We do something on purpose. We stop what we're doing. We leave the real world problems over there, far over there. We pull up a chair to our coffee table. We sit down, we grab a cuppa, and we take a break with each other. And we talk about comic books every day. We've been doing it every day all year, and we'll continue to do so until we run out of steam or something to talk about. I guess one of the points of the show is I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone, but that we can talk about comic books every day for a couple of minutes. It's possible. I guess you could talk about anything for a couple of minutes a day. Sure. You got me there. But, hey, this is not a show about anything. Just anything. This is a show about comic books. And superhero comic books. And not superhero comic books. And publishing and just the whole... these periodicals. I love floppies, comic books. You know... magazines, funny books, yeah. I've seen these ones already. I like it, and no irony, no sass, and no complaint. We were finally getting a thumbs down regularly on the show. So Pika, you gotta pick up your writing. It sucks. I'm the talent. I'm telling you, we're gonna grieve you, bring you to arbitration, get maybe just like fire you as the showrunner and get a better writer. Maybe Terry Matlis can come in, put some heart and soul back into the show and some member berries. But seriously, I mean, a click's a click, and so thank you for clicking and thank you for watching, everyone. A click is a click. PTSOTL. Put that shit on the list. Comic wants. Bags. I need boards too. Because I'm pissing through boards now. And that's good. We're supposed to. Bags, boards, what else? I need Crazy Food Truck number 3. I need Nightclub number 3. I need to wipe off my screen. I'm looking for Cyberfrog number 0 from Harris in 1990s. You know I love Zero issues. Yeah, the list goes on and on. What's on your list of comics? You know, this is what I'll be hunting for at the con next week. I'm going to a real comic book convention next week. Looking forward to that. A lot to do with this show, though, is about the local comic book shop, though. I mean, I'm getting back to my local comic book shop. I'm buying supplies there. That's the most important thing for me. Yes, I'm paying the markup. No, I'm not getting what I really want to get for bags. My lights are hard to find at the shops. I can get any of these on my online supply chain with the free delivery, the built-in movie network, and a price cut and complete availability to the products that, you know, I was told. My lights by name. And, but you know what? Those are great for the, like, you know, how much high tier stuff do I really have? What deserves to be in a My Light? Does every common floppy need a My Light? Or is a polypiperine polypropylene, is that good enough? Does it have to be changed every 1 year? Or is that just the rules for any, like, you know, good on the stock market, you know? fridge has a guarantee. A refrigerator has a guarantee of a year, too. Yeah, I should ask Perch that. So I'm getting my backing boards, acid-free backing boards. I'm getting my snugs, my comic book bags. Getting my short boxes, my corrugated cardboard short boxes. At the comic book shop. Why? Well, because the comic book shop is very important to me. It should be important to you as well. It's a very important part of our comic book culture. It's the fulcrum of our culture. Seriously. And so yeah, we're rebagging, reboarding, reboxing my entire collection, and we're using these two publications. Along the way, we're learning so much more about our lifelong hobby. I'm learning so much more about grading and the history of. There's a lot of history. Yeah, nothing but history. History it's books all the way down. Yeah, there are links to these two publications in the description to their Amazon pages. Go get your own copies. Play along at home. And tell me what finds that you have. Like, oh, wow, this is like a good find. Like, if I only put a board in this and it didn't have all this spine roll. But this is a really good one. The Guide to Grading Comics, Overstreets. Here's an example of a 1/8. This is just a good comic books. It has acid odor. Amateur repairs are very common in Silver Age or older funny books. Readability is generally preserved. No coupon cuts. Missing pieces. Centerfold could be loose or detached. Rounded corners are common. Stress lines are common. Staples are replaced or missing. Accumulation of tears. May have rust migration. There could be spine split, spine roll. It could be my nickname. Hey, spine roll. What up? Shut up. Don't know. I already got one nickname. Murph. I hope you are clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. I hope you are running your day and not having your day run you. I hope you run your mood and not have your mood run you. I hope you run your emotions and not have your emotions run you. And so yeah, I'm just oh wow. This is from Teen Titans number 14, 1968. Isn't that cool? There's so much to unpack there. I'd like that here. Jughead and Captain Hero. That's funny. A comic book making fun of other comic books. That's unheard of. But yeah, so the 8.0 is a lot better, of course. Okay, here's the 7.5. Close enough. Let's see. Spine roll, nearly flat. So that means like none of my comics would be a 7.5. That's good to know. This is, yeah, I mean, because when you look up something in the book, a lot of the times they're only listed at their, they could be listed at their 9.2, but then there's the whole grade is right there. And you'll be like, oh, gosh, if I had only used a board, this would be worth $10 more. Atomic engines powered up. Turbines ready to go. We are leaving the third dimension. Pika, are you ready? What is going on? Wow. Actually, really wow. I haven't looked at this in 3D glasses probably maybe ever. I must have had an old pair of movie style 3D glasses, Anaglyph 3D glasses, kicking around the apartment that I got to read this, and also its cousin Superman Beyond 3D from see, look, that's a 3D cover, and I can see it in 3D. Oh, I can see it in 3D on the monitor. And this is Action Comics 851. It's Superman entering the Phantom Zone, and this is wow. Oh, actually, this is really well done. The 3D on these pages literally pops. Now, if you've got some Anaglyph red, blue. Oh, sorry, cyan and what's the other one? Is it? No, it's magenta. Is it? It's red. It's just red. Red and cyan. Red, cyan. It's in cyan. Cyanide. Cyan, because it'll make you blue. It's not for the blues, But this 3D just literally, it's done very well. Like especially like when broken glass flying in the air, and just a little bit of depth perception, like this panel right here, of Superman's hand. It's kind of reaching at you. It's nice. It's a really nice. This is a really nice gimmick. It's a literal effect. It's really nice. I like it. I'm taking these things off. They will give you a headache. They will. Don't wear anaglyph 3D glasses around. Not like that kid in Back to the Future. Don't do it. Never point your telescope at the sun. Never look directly at it in an eclipse either. But yeah, that's Action 851. We kind of looked at her a little bit last week. There you go. Yeah, the bag's fine. I mean, you could put that in a new bag. Yeah. I mean, no, the bag's pretty fine. Just needs a board. That's what it needs most. What's anaglyph? We're gonna read this from, you guessed it, the wiki. That's right. Anaglyph 3D is the stereoscopic 3D effect achieved by means of encoding each eye's image using filters of different, usually chromatically opposite colors, typically red and cyan. Anaglyph 3D images contain two differently filtered colored images, one for each eye. When viewed through the color-coded anaglyph glasses, each of the two images reaches the eye it's intended for, revealing an integrated stereoscopic image. The visual cortex of the brain fuses this into the perception of a 3D dimensional scene or composition. Anaglyph images have seen a recent resurgence due to the presentation of images and videos on the web, Blu-ray discs, CDs, and even in print. Low-cost paper frames or plastic glasses hold accurate color filters that typically, after 2002, make use of all three primary colors. The current norm is red and cyan, with red being used for the left channel. The cheaper filter material used in monochromatic past dictated red and blue for convenience and cost. There is a material improvement of full color images with the cyan filter, especially for accurate skin tones. There you go. The oldest known description of anaglyph images was written in August of 1853. In 1858, blah blah woof woof yakety schmackety, and William Freeze Green created the first three-dimensional anaglyphic motion pictures in 1889, which had a public exhibition in 1893. The first 3D movie. 3D films. I grew up with 3D films being released, like old movies, like Vincent Price's A House of Wax in 3D. Ooh, yeah. So 3D movies come in. It's like every generation now. There's some kind of resurgence of the anaglyphic 3D. And then I went to see Captain EO when I was 15 in the late 80s at Epcot Center, which had a different 3D. It was it has to do with the lines of resolution and the filters and the dark glass. Yeah, so I'm not an expert. I read wikis. I know how to look shit up. The term 3D was coined in the 1950s. In 1953, the anaglyph had begun appearing sporadically in newspapers, magazines, and comic books. Indeed. That is your crash course in 3D glasses. And we're still going through some. It's like Sully's choice. Which will live? Which will go? Oh, I'm a terrible, terrible person for saying that. I gotta get rid of a bunch of these things. Let's bundle these. Superman Origins. Well, we already covered that. Let's do something else. Get all of these trade paperbacks to get their own home. Now here's one. Okay. We kind of covered the Flash a bit too, but I kind of just maybe flashed over it a bit. Oh, what a bad one. This is just a clump of Flash from a couple of years. This is Flash 1. It doesn't need to be there. See, this wasn't filed correctly. Because Flash 1 goes after Flash 230. Yes, so this is Flash Volume 2. Flash Volume 3. So this is Rogue War. This is really good. Jeff Johns, Howard Porter, and they wrote it. They had a good run until 225. Jeff Johns stepped away from Flash at 226. And this was supposed to have been the last issue of Wally West's volume at 230. Where it switched to a new number 1 with Bart Allen, the now adult Bart Allen. See, they've done this before. I mean, if you're wondering about John Kent, you know, will they ever revert him back to a really good age, such as him being a kid in the Super Sons? The answer is obviously yes, they can, as soon as they choose to. They did it to Wally West. To Bart Allen. Bart Allen was a 12-year-old kid, a preteen sidekick, a speedster. And then he comes back from the Speed Force. So, several years later, relative to his experience, and now he's a young adult. And now he's come back to the world. He's got to live in this world, and he's got to be the Flash. And it was not really that good. But that only ran 12 issues. It was 1 year. And then it goes back to Wally West's numbering. So it restarts. Let's look at the Indicia colophon. But I forgot to... Mark Waid wrote these. Now, Mark Waid was writing Flash back in the early 90s. He had a magnificent run. He added so much to the overstory, to the mythos. This is like one of my favorite Flash comic books. It's Dead Heat. And this is by Oscar Jimenez and Mark Waid. And this also includes issues of Impulse. And it's a mini crossover between Flash and Impulse. It's the story of Savitar, Wally's real reverse number. It doesn't say... here's the Indicia colophon, and it doesn't say any volume number. Not anymore. I guess that's... Well, let's look at Flash 1 here and see if there's a volume number here. What's this? Oops. First appearance of Griffin. Oh, so this is Flash, the Fastest Man Alive, number 1. August of 2008. Is that 2008? 2006. 2006. Yeah. Jeez. That's 17 years ago, huh? Damn. Yeah. What time has flown? when you're running close to the speed of light. Yeah, I mean, like, but I'm gonna keep those, the Bart Allen Flash. I know, I don't want to. Yeah, and this starts like there's. If you're reading Flash now, you know everyone here. There's Linda, there's Irie, there's Jay, and there's Wally, and this is like their continuing story. They're a family of superheroes, and it's kind of great because it's got vibes of the Disney of Pixar's The Incredibles, and it's really cute. So it's been, and they're a mixed family. Those are mixed kids. They're half Caucasian, half Korean. I mean, take that World of Warcraft or whatever, Dungeons and Dragons. Oh no, I don't have no skin in that game. I'm not a Dungeons and Dragon, or I guess I could only look at it from afar. But yeah, and judge it. Good guys acting badly. Well, that's how people win fights. I mean, there are no more skirmish lines. Everything's total victory. Even in the Bhagavad Gita. A couple of days into it, wasn't looking too good. Krishna advised Bhim, hey, you're going to have to do this to win the fight. And Bhim's like, that's a dirty move. It's dishonorable. He's like, you need to win this. And so when the good guys started doing bad deeds, the bad guys gave themselves permission for atrocity because there were no more honor. There was no more... They had broke from that convention. Winning was necessary. And eventually... And the Bhagavad Gita, the Pandus won. And a lot of it had to do with breaking the momentum of their losses and turning the tide. But by doing that, he gave a tacit permission to use bad methods. Indeed, that's just a story. That's an old story. Yeah, but just sometimes I just get overwhelmed and I'm like, what am I going to do with all of these? It's just like, they're not worth anything besides that their cover price. If they were kept at that vaunted 9.2, you know what I mean? We got to look at this. I mean, just here, we got dings. Yeah, that's right. We got corners. We got dings. It's the first thing my eye goes to is the spine roll. It's like, it's not bad. It's just not perfect. Perfection's only a state and it exists at one time. Perhaps. What do I know? If you know what it is, you let me know in the comments section or the live chat. And I'm looking forward to this weekend. It's a long weekend here in Boston. We have Monday off. It's called Patriots Day. It's Marathon Monday. And so Boston, it's a local holiday. The whole city shuts down for the marathon. And so Wally's run of Flash will end at 241. And then ultimately we get Flash Rebirth #1. The amazing Flash Rebirth. Well, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Flash Rebirth. It's good. It's very well drawn. It's got a great artist. It's got a great writer. But somewhere around issue 4 or 5, it was like it kind of lost track of its own story. I mean, there's a lot of cutesy kind of stuff to it. And I don't know, it's so ham-handed and convoluted. But it's a comic book. It's a superhero comic book. I mean, What's more convoluted and ham-handed and over the top and unbelievable than superhero fare? Huh? Yeah, so I'm going to bundle up all these flashes, and I'm going to see what I can get for them. I still got to find out, like, get an eBay account, I guess, and just find out. I've saved all of my Gemini mailers from all of my crowdfunding efforts and contributions. So when it's time to, say goodbye to yesterday, and I'll take with me those memories to be my sunshine and my rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I don't want to get a copyright strike because I'm pitch perfect. Sorry. It's Mike Frosty Bear. Fashion sense. Pitch perfect karaoke. Great taste in comic books. And food. And friends. Thank you so much for showing up today. It's always nice to see everyone in the chat. It's always nice to see comments continuing the conversation. Vampirates. Blood Captain. Let's see. Mark Waid eventually just moves on to something else. Thomas Payer. Freddie Williams II take over. The Dark Side Club. That was some kind of warm-up to Final Crisis. Because in Final Crisis, Barry comes back. This is a $2.99 funny book. We got ding. That's $2.41. August of 2008. We got a video game ad. More video game ads, huh? Who are these being marketed to? You have the ubiquitous milk ad. And we have Gorilla Grodd. I've never liked Gorilla Grodd. I mean, it's sure. I do like this info dump page, though. Have you ever wondered what Irie and Jay's powers are? Aw. And look at this, like, patriarchal languages. Linda Park West, an extremely brilliant, hot, and lovable former med student who is by default the world's leading authority on velocibiology, the science of how inherited superpowers affect. Remember, she was also a news reporter, too. That's how Wally and Linda met. She was, like, Keystone City's, like, newest ingenue reporter, Linda West, and she was on the, kind of like this, like the Lois Lane thing, man. But I'm a sucker for Flash stories, so I buy Flash comics. Got a lot of them. Not as much as I thought I had, but... And then comes Flash Rebirth. Well, according to the book, Flash Rebirth #1's worth $8 at a 9.2. That's nice. If I can get away with convincing someone this is a 6.0, I can get $3 for it. $1 less than the cover price. I mean, I'm not into that part of the game. But I'm interested in it, though. But 2 through 6, I mean, they're $3 each. And that's that. But yeah, if this issue was a 9.2, we had used a board the entire time. We didn't have any crack. Well, you're looking pretty tight. And you got nice tight corners. That's a corner. There's a ding. We got a ding on it. We got a corner. But it's, it's pretty, it's got a little bit of bow to it, but that just flattens out over time. And this is so good. Where's the indicia color? Where's the meter? Some great Bart Allen there when he's Kid Flash. He's come back from the dead. And we're at the Flash. Are we going to the Flash Museum again? There's the Flash Museum in Keystone City. Barry has returned, and he's like, I don't know why I've returned, but somebody from his past or his future has brought him back. Actually, it's Zoom. It's Professor Zoom. Ebert Thawne. Oh, shit. Time is getting away from us. Hey, let's put a board in this and call it a day. Thank you so much for rebagging, reboarding, and reboxing. Helping me do that with my collection today. Happy Friday. I hope you're looking forward to a nice weekend and resting up. And thank you for taking a break with us today. This we do every day, 3 o'clock, U.S. Eastern, daily. We take a break together. Pull up a chair. Grab a cuppa. Whatever it is we're shoving under our noses today. And we talk about comic books. Just for a couple of minutes every day. It's a great way to spend time, in my humble opinion, and thank you for showing up and sharing that with us. Namaste, good luck, God bless, and please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. Check us out. We'll see you in the Funny Books tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.